Just saying, it's a crazy time. You can't afford not to like black people. You don't like black people enough, you could become one yourself. I'm not the only black man with a bunch of mug shots.
Right.
It's them young ones that come.
Yes.
That'll do what you want.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm independent. I pay my bills.
Right.
I pay the cost to be the boss. You the boss by yourself.
Katt Williams just went off on Shannon Sharpe after ESPN let him go, and he's not holding back. Katt is basically saying it's tough to feel bad for Shannon because after all the advice he dished out, he ended up falling for the oldest trick out there. If you didn't catch it, ESPN recently decided to part ways with Shannon. This happened right after he reached a settlement in a $50 million lawsuit involving OnlyFans model Gabriela Zuniga. The wild part is that Katt had already warned Shannon about this exact situation. While sitting across from him on Club Shay Shay, Katt straight up told him that getting involved with white women could land him in serious trouble.
Very grateful for that, but I just wished of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday.
But Shannon chose to ignore all the red flags and advice, and now here he is, without a job, embarrassed, and trying to figure things out. Instead of being careful, he ended up paying a huge settlement to this model, got dragged all over the media, and on top of that, ESPN dropped him. Let's be honest, any major network is going to think twice before picking up someone whose biggest headline is a lawsuit settlement. And now Katt Williams is basically saying, I warned you. People close to the situation say Katt doesn't feel bad for Shannon at all, because he had everything and threw it away by making reckless choices. One insider even said Katt's warning about white women wasn't random. He already knew Shannon was involved with this young OnlyFans model long before the lawsuit came out, and he could see the setup coming from far away. Katt made it sound like he was speaking on Jonathan Major's situation, but in reality, he was directing that message at Shannon.
White women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
That just proves once again that Katt might crack jokes, but he's never lied. Shannon, however, refused to take him seriously. What makes it worse is that Shannon agreed to hand over millions to the OnlyFans model, thinking it would protect his job and make the scandal disappear. But ESPN still fired him anyway. And here's the kicker. Just a day after the settlement hit the news, Gabriela announced on Instagram that she was quitting OnlyFans. She wrote, "Today I've decided to retire from OnlyFans. Thank you for the incredible support these past few years. This community has given me a life I never imagined. I'll still be active on social media and have exciting new projects coming soon. I'm truly excited for this next chapter." So basically, Shannon funded her retirement. She even said she secured generational wealth off a 50-year-old man caught up in the wrong situation. You really can't make this stuff up. And the reason nobody's giving Shannon any sympathy isn't just because he got played, it's also because of his own hypocrisy. This is the same man who once said he wouldn't spend more than $30,000 on his daughter's wedding. Fans immediately dragged him after leaked texts showed the OnlyFans model was charging him $25,000 for each cheat. One person on X said this scandal needed to happen to expose Shannon's double standards, adding that he lost what little respect people had for him. Another wrote, "Shannon Sharpe has done a lot of wrong, but hearing he was cheap with his daughter's wedding really made me side-eye him. You spent way more on a young white girl who saw you as an easy target. How dumb was that?" And as if that wasn't humiliating enough, just days after the settlement, ESPN officially cut ties with him. They didn't even release a proper statement. When people reached out for comment, ESPN simply refused to talk about Shannon at all. As for Shannon's response, he finally spoke up on July 30th during the Nightcap podcast. He said he was at peace with ESPN's decision, but admitted he begged them to delay the announcement until after his brother Sterling Sharpe's Pro Football Hall of Fame induction. He explained that he apologized to Sterling because the lawsuit and his firing completely overshadowed his brother's big moment. Still, ESPN and Disney ignored his request and showed no sympathy.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
Come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that.
You see Jonathan Major, what he went through, Marvel dropped him as soon as the conviction came out. And you were telling the
Hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Megan Good. God bless you coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by himself, he was getting all four. Guilty, 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 guilty. She came in there, was just so beautiful, they had to knock half of it off.
And here's what makes it even wilder. Shannon was just about to lock in a massive $100 million deal before the lawsuit hit. He was in negotiations for a podcast contract that would have covered all of his Shay Shay media shows, including Club Shay Shay, Nightcap with Chad Johnson, Club 520 podcast, The Bubba Dub Show, and Humble Baddies. On April 18th, only 3 days before Gabriella filed the lawsuit, Front Office Sports reported that Shannon was expected to sign a deal worth over $100 million. Now, not only is that deal gone, but he also lost his spot at ESPN and ruined any chance of working under Disney's umbrella, which includes ESPN, ABC, Hulu, and basically every major platform. Once you get hit with a scandal this big, it's almost impossible to recover in those circles. The projects that were supposed to make Shannon a podcast powerhouse, they vanished the moment he got involved with a 19-year-old white girl. And that takes us right back to what Katt Williams said. Nobody feels bad for Shannon because he had everything: money, power, opportunities, and he threw it away with reckless decisions. But what do you think? Was Shannon's downfall completely his fault? Did ESPN make the right call by cutting him off so quickly? And how do you feel about him paying millions to that OnlyFans model while putting his own daughter on a wedding budget? Share your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.